Hey everybody, it's Nathan Selove with another edition of Autism Actually Speaking. It's been a while since I've done one of these, so I figured it was time. So today I want to talk about difficulty with career launching among autistics. So this was actually suggested by my mother, which for those of you that are longtime viewers of the channel, you've heard me say that she's actually a therapist, and she specializes in autism. And of course, human sexuality, which made me a very popular kid in high school. So what do I mean by having difficulty launching? So one of the most common comments that I get on this channel is from people on the autism spectrum who are talking about how they feel stagnant in their life. They feel stagnant in their jobs. Successful career prospects can seem like a pipe dream to a lot of people, but it can be especially difficult to imagine for autistics. And a huge part of this is because autistics have a lot of unique struggles, whether it be struggles with a lack of accommodation for sensory problems or struggles with being social with other people. And if I'm being honest, this is something that I personally have been experiencing as well. Now, I've mentioned on the channel before that I am an adjunct college instructor. And don't get me wrong, I do love my job and I do love teaching, but for those of you that are unfamiliar with the system of adjuncting, basically how it works is that it's part-time employment. This means that one college can only give you a certain amount of classes, and those are contracted based on that semester, which means that you might not be getting classes in the next semester, and if you don't get classes, then you don't have a job. And the only way to have a full schedule is usually to go to several different colleges and teach at several different colleges at once. And even if you have a full-time schedule, you don't get healthcare benefits. Now, don't get me wrong, I do very much appreciate the opportunities that I've been given by both of the institutions that I work at, but the lack of stability can sometimes be very stressful. I'm really hoping to get a full-time instructor job at some point, and right now that's just not happening. And I would actually consider myself very fortunate because at least I do have a job right now. Unemployment rates among the autism community are disproportionate. It is very natural to feel like if you haven't launched yet, then it's because you're a failure. But that's not the case. Sometimes it really does come down to just luck of the draw. And another important point to make is that right now you're navigating through a world that does not accommodate autistics the way that it should. Which means that not only do you have to go through the standard struggles that neurotypicals have to go through in getting stable employment, but you also have to add on to that the struggles that come with being on the autism spectrum. So what's a potential solution to this problem? Well, the obvious solution would be to completely overhaul all of society to create a more social model of disability and make sure that people with autism and also people with other disabilities end up getting the accommodations they need. But that could take a while. It's something I've been trying to do on this channel for the last 5 years, and not quite there yet. So what can be done in the meantime? Well, fortunately, every state in the United States has some form of a Rehabilitation Services Administration. This agency can help in finding jobs for people with autism and people with disabilities in general. I've left a link down below that will take you to the page in which it shows the contact information for all of the states. Scroll down and find your state. In some states, there are separate departments for different types of disabilities, so find the appropriate one. I really hope that this can help those of you that are feeling stagnant in your life right now. At least this demonstrates that you're not alone. There is help, and there are resources. Well, that's today's video. Thank you all for watching. If you liked this episode, please give it a like, a share, and if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel, check out some of my other stuff, and if you want to support the channel in other ways, support me on Patreon. And in the meantime, if you have any questions or topics you'd like addressed, please leave them in the comments below, or message me on my Facebook, also linked below. And remember, if you simulate verbal debates with yourself in the shower, you might be autistic.